Continuing on with my Twilight reviews, tonight I'll be doing Judgment Night, and When the Sky Opened, and What You Need. Okay, first off, Judgment Night. Now this is about someone who's kind of having deja vu, or kind of deja vu at the same time, amnesia, on the SS Queen of Glass, gal. And, well, everyone was kind of wondering, what does he do? And then, he kept having a deja vu. Eventually, he finds out that he was a Nazi the whole time, and then that kind of confused him. And he knew something was going to happen at 1:15, but he couldn't quite remember what. And come 1:15, the boat gets attacked, and it sinks. And then he kind of remembers back to when one of his officers told him that we would have to relive that boat attack our whole lives, while they only had to relive it. Well, they only had to live it the one time, and then he actually literally had to live it, not just think about it. This was a pretty good episode. It wasn't the greatest. The acting wasn't the greatest. I'll probably give Judgment Night a 7 out of 10. It was a pretty decent episode. Just not the greatest. Next off, And When the Sky Opened. Now this is about 3 pilots that crashed down on Earth, but the main one we follow, he's basically, there's one in the hospital, and then 2 of them got out, but the one in the hospital completely forgot about the 3rd guy, along with the rest of the world, except the one pilot, who keeps going crazy. And then he remembers back to when the guy disappeared, and the guy was yelling, "We're gonna all disappear," and the guy thought he was crazy at the time. And then he started doing that to the guy in the hospital bed, and then he went crazy and disappeared, and then eventually the guy in the hospital bed, he disappeared as well. So then the ship disappeared too, and it didn't really have a huge plot to it. It just said that something didn't want them to return, so it took them somewhere. It was pretty interesting, but it wasn't the greatest episode by any means. I'd only have to give When the Sky Was Opened again another 7, unfortunately. And finally, What You Need. Now this is another one of those good ones. I really liked this one. This one's about a peddler who can see slightly into the future, and one of these, P-Dot, I believe is his name. P-Dot is the older guy, and Renard is this greedy guy who wants whatever the guy can give him because he keeps winning, and then keeps winning horse races, and the scissors that he gave him saved his life, so he's asking, "What do I need now? What do I need now?" And then the guy realized, saw into the future and saw that he needed, and gave the guy shoes that were too small and were slippery, so that he would slip and get hit by a car, and then P-Dot wouldn't get murdered by him. I thought this one was pretty good, actually. The acting was pretty good. The guy who got hit by the car at the end, kind of reminded me of the main bad guy in Premium Rush, which is kind of funny, I think. But anyway, I'll have to give this episode I'll give this one an 8 out of 10. So, I just reviewed episodes 10 through 12 of Twilight Zone, and that's all for today, guys.